Hey everyone, welcome to your next course. My name's Warren Martin. Most of you are new to me. There's a few who've been in some of my courses before, but anyway, I do these weekly videos that I ask you to watch. I keep them short, just to so I don't bore you or anything like that. But anyway, I usually do some sort of scenery or summer scenery, and plus, hope everybody has a upcoming good 4th of July weekend. But anyway, I use a lot of analogies and metaphors and things like that. So, next course, next chapter in your life, depending on where you're at, if you've done poorly in the past, that's in the past. Moving forward, you do great and wonderful things. But you should also got a welcome letter. In that welcome letter, one of the things I talk about is do not make school something extra that you have to do. You make school part of what you do, part of your life. Just like coffee, taking care of kids, and other things you must do every day. It's who you are. I just had a student yesterday actually tell me how much time they wasted, uh, doing catch up on the weekends. If that's how you're doing it, you're just cheating yourself. It's all about habits, and some people, some students who come across uh, have the wrong attitude about school, like, oh, it is something extra, instead of being something you're supposed to enjoy because you're trying to, you're learning stuff, you're progressing your career and so forth. So, you were motivated to start, and then you get the habit that keeps you going, basically. And again, I use metaphors, I use, yeah, running metaphors, so to speak, so it's about what you put into it. College education is a marathon. It's every day. It's not weekend sprints. If you look at a marathon runner, they cannot run a marathon if the only thing they do is go out on the weekend and do it. They have to do it every day. And for your college education, your job, family, children, all of that, it's all interrelatable. It's an everyday thing. Um, you if you do not spend time one of the expectations or requirements for a course is that you're putting 10 plus hours a week into a course. Every student I've ever talked to that was having problems was not doing that. I find out in a conversation the only time they did was Sunday night, and it ain't going to work. You might get by, but you're probably not going to retain anything you're learning. You're spending this money, student loans and so forth, and uh, you're not actually learning anything or retaining anything for a future job. So that's why I talk. That's my thing. I try to impress in people is you got to make it something you do every day, even if it's just 10, 15 minutes in the morning. If you get an hour lunch break, okay, take 15 minutes of that break to do some of your work. Things like that. Positive attitude will change everything. If you just have that positive attitude, don't let the naysayers out there influence you or you distract you. If you got a running buddy at lunchtime, and there to distract her, well, cut 15 minutes off that lunch. Or something at home in the evenings or in the mornings, whatever it is. But you got to make the time. And, so that's pretty much it. So there's my little pitch to you on, motivating you or whatever the case is. So into the course itself here. All right, so you got your this is what your book should look like. The way you get there is right there. So you should be all familiar with that. You got presentation. So this upcoming week here, we got 3 chapters. Chapter 1 dealing with it's introduction about globalization. Chapter 2, differences in political, economic, and legal systems. Um, and then, of course, national differences and economic development. So there's, these are the topics. Since we're dealing with international business, uh, discussion every week. So on the discussions, by Wednesday, the initial post. Sometimes you have one topic to talk about, sometimes 2. But get that first one in Wednesday so other people can reply to it. Got to do 2 replies to the classmates and 1 reply to this to the videos every week. All right. So and in the welcome letter, it's broken down how those get graded. Other and then you got a weekly quiz, and you got what we call as a reaction paper, which is basically the reaction papers are a review of what you learned this week in each chapter. What did each chapter talk about? So you should have a little short paragraph on each chapter. And then when we go into, and then starting in week 2, you'll have what we call current events. So you look up an article and do a paper on that, a short paper on that. And then at the end of the course here, you'll have your final exam. You don't have a project in this course, so that's pretty good there. So, but other than that, so that's it. That's welcome. I also, in my videos, I do a test question every week. So I got 2 grandkids, a 6.5-year-old, 2.5-year-old. So I'll either use them as my test questions or something else. But anyway, and so you just you do a when you reply to the video, you include the answer to the test question, or the test question is the reply. So that's all. It don't have to be long or anything. Just I also include YouTube videos that might relate or may not relate that to watch it. I try to find short ones around 3 minutes or so, because again, I understand time's important. So, but anyway, so that will do it. Otherwise, have a great week. If you got any questions, I'm 7 days a week. Those who don't know me, there's no particular time you have to get in touch or you have to wait. So basically, if you've got a question, text, email, you can call, and I usually get back pretty quick. Either right away or sometime within a few hours or an hour or something like that. So just again, 7 days a week, so you don't have to worry or wait or anything like that. I'm very approachable, so again, no worries about getting in touch with me. All right, everybody, you have a great week, and that will do it. Take care.